He's going to Cincinnati. Cincinnati has a wide receiver crew, but they've always lacked an important part, and that's the tight end crew. And I feel like then adding Eric All improves that crew. Now, I know offseason they went out and got some other players. They picked up Mike Ginsky from New England. I don't think he's that great of a tight end. He has his moments. They had Drew Sample. He's never really proved to do anything. Then they have Tanner Hudson, which is a free agent. Or they picked him up from San Francisco. He was a free agent in 22. Never was drafted. Then you got Eric All, fourth. I think the three rookies, Tanner, McLaughlin, and Eric All have an opportunity to move ahead of all these guys. I think yet they put senior guys there, but I think these two guys have a potential chance of taking the room. And Eric All, if you watched him play, and sadly enough, I had to watch him play. Not sadly enough, I shouldn't have said that, but he's actually a pretty good. He can catch the ball. Now he didn't have a whole lot of yards, but he did have one big year, and then the second year was not so big. 21, he was probably his best year. 23, not so much. But he went to Iowa, and I think anybody that ends up going to Iowa ends up doing something special to you, and then you become a star. And there I go beating up the mic again. I'm so sorry.
There's some Iowa tight ends. Tight end,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. So he spent 4 years at Michigan, and then his last year he finished his stuff off at Iowa. So I don't know. I mean, I just think once he connects with Joe Burrow, it might be a different world. We'll have to wait and see. He's a big guy too. I mean, he's what, 6'5", 250 pounds. Yeah, so he's right now projected tier 6 for tight ends. He's projected to go between 18 to 85 in picks, and he's +8 already. He's right there. He doesn't pass Cade Stover, and he's right behind Luke Shoemaker, Dallas, and he's in the same class with Darren Waller. I'm excited for the guy. He would be a pick for me. I'm always keen on anything that comes from Iowa. Grab it, put it on your bench, put it in your taxi squad, and see what happens. Even though he only played 1 year, something just tells me the Iowa touch turns you into a professional football tight end.
I'll tell you a story about Iowa football and tight ends because last year in our rookie draft, so it was your first year we joined. When we do the rookie draft, a lot of people talk about it's almost a sin for you taking the tight end in the first round. So I committed the sin, and at like the 107 or 106, I grabbed Sam Laporta.
Oh yeah, that was well worth it.
And everyone kind of looked at me. I was like, "What are you doing? You drafted a tight end in the first round? You know those rookies don't work like that." And I was like, "You're probably right, but you know what? Something told me to get it because he came from Iowa, and now I have one of the top 5 tight ends on my team."
Yeah, Jaheim Bell. He went to New England. We both have him ranked 6. Now, I will tell you, ESPN is not high on him. That doesn't mean we don't rank him high because that's ESPN statistics, and they did rank him for tight end. I don't understand why, because when I look at him, Jaheim, I think there's a high chance he will do something.
Right.
So Jaheim Bell, he's coming from Florida State. I think he's really going to be a good help for New England. He is 4th in line. Tight ends. He's a tier 6, so he's in the same class as Cade Stover, Eric Hall. He is above Jarrett Wiley, so I think there's a high potential. And New England's a fresh new team. You got a new coach, new quarterback. Unsure, a lot of things unsure there. Wide receiver core's kind of there, and tight end core's kind of there. So it's a developing team, and no one really has a answer of what's going to happen.
See, he's another one that I believe that after this year he'll definitely be probably taking over the tight end role.
Yep.
Hunter Henry's only got after this year you can cut him, or in a couple of years you can cut him. Austin
Well,
Hooper, he's only signed one. He's only
yeah,
signed a 1 year deal, so I don't see him sticking around. So I could really see Jaheim Bell taking over this role. Actually, probably next year. He'd be a great stash. Man, a lot of these, the ones that we're naming off, will be great stashes too, because they could have a possibility of taking over the damn tight end spot, or at least having some influence in the tight end spot.